Hi guys, the Tory response to every crisis is to blame someone else. During the pandemic, they blamed the public for not following the rules, even though the Prime Minister Boris Johnson broke them himself. Before Brexit, they blamed the EU. After Brexit, they blamed businesses for not being ready. When it was the Tories who lied about what Brexit would actually be like, and didn't put in the resources to mitigate against the problems leaving the EU would bring. So when it comes to NHS waiting lists, which Rishi Sunak has promised to have, and are actually rising, who is to blame? Rishi Sunak? The Tory government? Of course not. Striking NHS workers are to blame. Have a listen to this.
Look, yes, they argue they have...
Let me just get this figure out, Prime Minister. It was 7.2 million when you came to office.
Yeah, now it's 7.9, give or take.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
It's going the wrong way.
Yeah, but if you look at what happened, I'll just be totally honest with everybody. If you look at what happened, we were actually making progress. We eliminated the number of two-year waiters. People are waiting a really long time. We practically eliminated the number of people waiting 1.5 years. But the reason, and we were making progress on bringing the overall numbers down, what happened? We had industrial action. Okay. We've got strikes. Now, and look, I've taken a very firm but fair point of view. We've accepted recommendations from independent pay review bodies. I'm delighted that the nurses and a million other NHS workers accepted the government's pay offer.
Yes.
And they're working really hard to deliver for patients. But unfortunately, we still have groups of people who are not doing that and they're striking. And that is a reason that the waiting lists are going up. It's as simple as that. I just want to be honest with you. Yes, they are going up. That's the reason they're going up. It's not because we're not putting more money in or doing lots of different things, which no doubt we can talk about on the show.
You should always be worried when Rishi Sunak says, I'm just being honest with you. Because he's not being honest with you. Of course he's not. The waiting list has increased. Now, what they've been trying to do is trying to force more people to rely on the private sector. But that's not dealing with the waiting list. Yes, some people will fall off the waiting list and rely on the private, just go privately if they have the money. Not everyone can afford to do that. But the waiting list is increasing, it's not decreasing. Now he'll say, as he said here, well, it's down to the trade unions, it's down to striking workers. But just think about it for a moment. If Rishi Sunak's determined, if his real plan is to have the waiting list, then why isn't he meeting with the trade unions? Because he and his minister, the Secretary of State for Health, are not meeting with the trade unions. Like if he's been honest here, of course he's not been honest, but if he was being honest, then wouldn't it make sense for him to meet with the trade unions? Because that would help him achieve his target. But he's not meeting with them. You can't blame the trade unions. Now, you can't blame the striking NHS workers for the waiting list increasing. Yes, part of that increase is down to striking action because if doctors and nurses are not doing their work, it means that the certain operations are being cancelled and people have to wait longer. That's a consequence, yes. But that's part of the problem, not the whole problem. But if it was the whole problem, then why the hell isn't Rishi Sunak meeting with the heads of these trade unions and ending this strike action? If that's his goal. So it's either Rishi Sunak is being dishonest here and pretending that it's a goal, or he's being dishonest when he's saying that it's all down to striking workers. Because you can't have it both ways. It's always about blaming someone else. It's never, I actually set a target that I couldn't respect, or I set a target that I have no intention of keeping, or I set a target not understanding the reality of it. Which is it? Is it he's a liar or he's incompetent? Because it can't be that the NHS waiting list is increasing solely, as he's claiming here, solely down to strikes, because it was increasing before strike action. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.